This daily exercise prevents heart attacks and lowers high blood pressure after 60 parent. Let's begin with a simple truth. Movement is medicine, but not just any movement. Today, I'm talking about walking, the most underrated yet scientifically powerful exercise for protecting your heart and regulating blood pressure, especially after the age of 60. Now, we know that heart disease remains the #1 killer globally. But here's something most people don't realize. A 30-minute brisk walk, done daily, can dramatically reduce your risk of heart attacks. Why? Because it improves something called endothelial function, which is how well your blood vessels can expand and contract. This simple mechanism is one of the earliest indicators of future heart disease. And the good news, it's highly responsive to consistent rhythmic movement like walking. There's also a critical connection between walking and blood pressure regulation. As we age, our blood vessels tend to stiffen. The autonomic nervous system becomes imbalanced. Sympathetic dominance increases, leading to higher resting blood pressure. But daily walking shifts that balance. It stimulates parasympathetic activation, the rest and digest state, naturally helping your vessels relax, your heart rate normalize, and your blood pressure drop. At the cellular level, walking influences something profoundly important: mitochondria, the energy factories of your cells. Studies show that even in people over 60, walking improves mitochondrial efficiency. This means your heart cells can produce more energy with less stress. That equals greater endurance, resilience, and protection from damage. Let's talk about metabolism. Daily walking improves insulin sensitivity, how your cells respond to sugar. This matters because insulin resistance and abdominal fat are silent drivers of high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease. With regular walking, glucose is better regulated, fat metabolism improves, and inflammation goes down. But it's not just physical, it's neurological. Walking, especially outdoors, reduces cortisol, the primary stress hormone. Chronically elevated cortisol taxes the heart, stiffens arteries, and disrupts sleep. Walking rewires that loop. It enhances your prefrontal cortex function, your brain's control center, giving you better emotional regulation, sleep, and heart health. And here's the part I want you to remember most. Walking is sustainable. No gym, no equipment, no risk of overexertion or injury, just one foot in front of the other. Yet its benefits ripple through your entire biology, activating longevity genes, reducing systemic inflammation, and increasing your functional strength. Walking is one of the most accessible yet scientifically validated forms of exercise, especially when it comes to cardiovascular health after age 60. A 30-minute brisk walk each day can create significant physiological changes that directly reduce the risk of heart attacks. One of the most important changes occurs at the level of the endothelium, the thin lining of blood vessels. The endothelium plays a crucial role in regulating blood flow, vascular tone, and inflammation. As we age, this lining can become dysfunctional, leading to poor circulation and increased arterial stiffness, both major predictors of heart attack. However, studies show that walking enhances endothelial function by promoting the release of nitric oxide, a molecule that helps blood vessels relax and maintain flexibility. This simple daily habit also reduces arterial stiffness, a condition where blood vessels become rigid, increasing the workload on the heart. Brisk walking generates shear stress along vessel walls, which triggers beneficial adaptations in the vascular system. It essentially trains your arteries to remain supple and responsive, improving blood delivery throughout the body. This is especially critical after 60, when cardiovascular risk accelerates. What makes walking uniquely effective is that it doesn't require extreme intensity to generate results. The act of walking briskly enough to slightly elevate the heart rate creates a mild but consistent stimulus to the cardiovascular system. This frequency and consistency, rather than intensity, is what drives long-term improvements. Walking also activates the calf muscles, which act as a second heart, helping pump blood back up to the torso and reducing blood pooling in the lower limbs. When practiced daily, this form of movement creates a physiological environment that's resistant to clot formation, inflammation, and hypertension, all key players in heart attack risk. It's a preventative medicine hiding in plain sight. Blood pressure is controlled not just by the heart and blood vessels, but also by the autonomic nervous system, the part of your brain and body responsible for automatic functions like breathing, digestion, and heart rate. As we get older, this system often falls out of balance. The sympathetic nervous system, which triggers fight or flight responses, becomes dominant. This increases heart rate, narrows blood vessels, and raises blood pressure. What's remarkable is how something as simple as daily walking can begin to restore that balance. Walking is a rhythmic, low-impact activity that naturally stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which has the opposite effect. It calms the body, slows the heart rate, and allows blood vessels to dilate. This parasympathetic activation is one of the core reasons why walking reduces high blood pressure, especially in people over the age of 60 who often experience chronic overactivation of the sympathetic system. Moreover, the consistent pattern of stepping, arm swinging, and controlled breathing during a walk creates a synchronized neurological loop that enhances vagal tone, essentially strengthening the vagus nerve, which is central to parasympathetic activity. This kind of stimulation helps lower cortisol, reduces systemic tension, and decreases blood pressure variability, which is another risk factor for cardiovascular events. Regular walking also leads to better baroreceptor sensitivity. Baroreceptors are pressure sensors in the arteries that tell the brain to regulate blood pressure in real time. With age, these sensors become less responsive, but walking has been shown to keep them sharp and functioning well. In essence, daily walking is not just moving the legs, it's training your entire nervous and cardiovascular system to regulate itself better. Over time, this leads to naturally lower, more stable blood pressure without medication or side effects, making walking a powerful tool for long-term heart health. As we age, one of the most significant physiological changes we experience is a decline in mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are often referred to as the powerhouses of our cells, responsible for producing the energy ATP that fuels every biological process, including the beating of the heart. In older adults, mitochondrial efficiency drops, leading to decreased energy, greater fatigue, and increased oxidative stress. What daily walking does, particularly at a steady, brisk pace, is stimulate mitochondrial biogenesis, the process by which the body creates new and more efficient mitochondria. This is particularly important for the heart, a muscle that never stops working and demands constant energy. When you walk regularly, your body interprets this as a need for greater energy efficiency and begins to optimize mitochondrial performance. This means your cells produce more energy, using less oxygen, reducing strain on the heart during everyday activities. Additionally, more efficient mitochondria produce fewer free radicals, reducing oxidative damage that can age and inflame heart tissue over time. Walking also improves blood flow and oxygen delivery to working muscles, including the heart itself. This increased circulation supports mitochondrial health by providing the nutrients and oxygen needed for energy production and waste removal. Think of it as clearing out the cellular clutter that accumulates with age. Furthermore, regular walking enhances the expression of genes associated with cellular repair and longevity. These genes support mitochondrial stability and protect against apoptosis, or programmed cell death, which increases with age. By maintaining healthier mitochondria, your heart muscle becomes more resilient, your recovery improves, and your overall energy increases, making every aspect of life more functional and enjoyable. In essence, walking isn't just a cardiovascular exercise, it's a deep cellular tune-up, allowing your heart and entire body to age with strength, vitality, and significantly reduced risk of disease. One of the most profound benefits of daily walking after the age of 60 is its impact on insulin sensitivity and fat metabolism, two key components in managing high blood pressure and preventing cardiovascular disease. As we age, our body's ability to process glucose effectively tends to decline. This often leads to insulin resistance, where cells become less responsive to insulin, causing blood sugar to remain elevated for longer periods. Chronically high blood sugar levels increase inflammation, stiffen blood vessels, and promote the buildup of plaque in the arteries, all of which contribute to hypertension and elevate the risk of heart attacks. Daily walking helps reverse this process. With each step, your muscles contract and demand more glucose for energy. This natural glucose uptake reduces the amount of sugar in your bloodstream and decreases the demand on insulin. Over time, this repeated action helps to restore insulin sensitivity, making your body more efficient at using energy and reducing the likelihood of metabolic dysfunction. Walking also plays a vital role in fat metabolism. Specifically, it helps reduce visceral fat, the type of fat that accumulates deep around internal organs and is strongly linked to high blood pressure, systemic inflammation, and heart disease. Unlike subcutaneous fat, which lies just under the skin, visceral fat produces hormones and cytokines that disrupt metabolic function and increase vascular resistance. Furthermore, walking encourages the use of fat as a fuel source, especially when performed in a fasted state or at a steady pace. This enhances the body's ability to metabolize lipids, lower triglyceride levels, and improve cholesterol profiles, all of which contribute to a healthier cardiovascular system. In short, walking is a metabolic regulator. It trains your body to manage energy more efficiently, burn harmful fat, and prevent the cascade of events that lead to high blood pressure and heart disease. The connection between the brain and the heart is more powerful than most people realize, especially when it comes to stress. Chronic stress is a major contributor to high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease, and its effects become more pronounced with age. Elevated levels of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, lead to blood vessel constriction, increased heart rate, and greater workload on the heart. Over time, this stress response becomes maladaptive, keeping the body in a constant state of tension. One of the most effective and natural ways to reduce this stress loop is through daily walking, particularly when done outdoors or in nature. When you walk, especially at a relaxed pace, your breathing deepens and becomes more rhythmic. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, often referred to as the body's rest and digest system. In this state, cortisol levels begin to fall, heart rate decreases, and muscles relax. The brain perceives this rhythmic movement as a signal of safety, which calms overactive neural circuits in areas like the amygdala, the brain's fear and stress center. Walking also promotes the release of endorphins and serotonin, natural brain chemicals that improve mood and promote a sense of well-being.
These neurochemicals not only make you feel good, but they also support lower blood pressure and reduce systemic inflammation. Spending time walking outdoors adds another layer of benefit. Exposure to sunlight helps regulate circadian rhythms, improving sleep quality and further reducing cortisol. Natural environments also stimulate prefrontal cortex activity, improving emotional regulation and decision-making, which indirectly contributes to healthier lifestyle choices. In essence, walking becomes a form of moving meditation, simultaneously training your body and calming your mind. The result is a profound improvement in stress resilience, cardiovascular health, and emotional well-being, all without a prescription. As we age, the goal of exercise should shift from high-intensity performance to sustainable, long-term health and functionality. Walking fits this need perfectly. Unlike high-impact or strenuous workouts that can cause joint strain, injury, or excessive fatigue, especially after the age of 60, walking is inherently low-risk, adaptable, and regenerative. Yet despite its simplicity, it activates a wide range of protective biological processes that support longevity, cardiovascular resilience, and muscular function. Daily walking stimulates the expression of anti-inflammatory genes and supports the body's natural repair mechanisms. It enhances circulation, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach tissues more efficiently, and supports lymphatic drainage, which helps clear cellular waste and toxins. These processes are essential for maintaining cellular integrity, especially in aging tissues that tend to accumulate damage over time. Regular walking also strengthens the muscles involved in balance and posture, particularly the hips, glutes, and core, which are critical for maintaining functional strength as we grow older. This improved muscular engagement helps prevent falls, supports joint health, and enhances overall mobility, which are key predictors of independence and quality of life in later years. Beyond muscle and circulation, walking is one of the few activities that consistently activates genes associated with longevity, such as those involved in mitochondrial repair and telomere maintenance. Telomeres are the protective caps at the ends of DNA strands, and their preservation is linked to slower aging and reduced disease risk. Most importantly, walking is sustainable. It doesn't require a gym, equipment, or a specific environment. It can be integrated seamlessly into daily life and adapted to your own pace. This makes it an ideal exercise for maintaining cardiovascular health, lowering blood pressure, and enhancing overall vitality without burnout or injury. It's a gentle, powerful habit that supports long life and strong living. In conclusion, the simple act of walking daily holds extraordinary power, especially for those over 60. It's not just a physical movement, it's a full-body intervention that targets heart health, brain function, metabolism, and longevity at the cellular level. Brisk walking enhances endothelial function, reduces arterial stiffness, and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, all of which contribute to lower blood pressure and reduced heart attack risk. It stimulates mitochondrial repair, improves insulin sensitivity, and burns visceral fat, key factors in preventing cardiovascular disease. Walking also lowers cortisol, reduces chronic stress, and enhances mental clarity by supporting brain-heart communication. Unlike intense workouts that may become risky or unsustainable with age, walking offers a lifelong low-impact strategy that builds resilience without overexertion. It encourages better posture, balance, and muscular strength, while activating anti-inflammatory and longevity-related genes. Most importantly, walking can be done anywhere, anytime, without equipment or a learning curve. It is the most natural and accessible form of movement, and its benefits compound with consistency. Just 30 minutes a day is enough to transform your health trajectory. It's never too late to begin, and the earlier you start, the stronger and more protected your body and heart become. Walk daily, your life may depend on it. So if you're over 60 or even under, it's not about punishing your body into shape. It's about aligning with your biology. It's about giving your body what it craves: consistent, meaningful, natural movement. Walk every day. Your heart, your brain, and your future self will thank you.